history to start a playoff game?
There's a few guys that are popping in my brain here, but the sneaky thing is this. By the way, this is not my final answer, because the obvious one is Jim McMahon, right? Nah, he's too sneaky for that. And going back 1 year, I think Matt Nagy was coach of the year 1 year.
Oh!
That's right.
That's right. That's right.
Final answer?
Final answer.
Incorrect.
Oh!
Correct.
I was going to say Sid Luck. You got it.
No.
Sid Luckman.
24 years and 17
Give me
games.
a break.
From what I understand, is this the first loss of the season?
First loss of the season. Because I was going to say, well, you can't say Sid Luckman.
Of course not.
Even he still looked too damn old. They weren't looking at birth certificates back in those days.
Fire him.
Walked in
Fire him.
Hembo,
Go ahead,
congratulations.
Hembo. Go ahead.
How old was
Rex.
Trubisky? Today's wake-up call, Bears-Packers overtime mayhem, classic finish between two longtime rivals.
For Caleb Williams. Sid Luck.
It was a wild night in Chicago on Saturday, highlighted by that Caleb Williams throw in overtime. That game-winning touchdown actually traveled 56 yards from his release to the time it was caught. Since NFL Next Gen Stats began tracking in 2016, it's the first passing touchdown in overtime that traveled at least 50 yards in the air.
30-mile-per-hour wind.
The team, yeah.
And I got to say this. He's no Sid Luckman, but...
Nick, let's start with you on this one. If the Bears, the rest of the way, can get the Caleb Williams we saw Saturday night, chances of winning the Super Bowl?
Why do you make me do this again? Caleb was amazing. The Bears' rushing attack is incredible. They have awesome playmakers all over the field. That offense is imposing. However, I don't think they can make the Super Bowl. Like, a lot of the most impressive stats that they have also cut against them. And their turnover creations and their single score wins, like those things suggest that this team is winning more than you believe that they should. And also this defense, man, like, they're not all that consistent or good. I hate to be the hater up here, but it reminds me a lot of what Washington was last year. And Washington made a deep run, but eventually they ran into the Eagles, and it was a problem. And I think this year's Eagles is probably the Rams. So I could see the Bears making it to the conference championship, but I have a hard time imagining them getting past Stafford and getting to the Super Bowl.
Shefty, you saw this a little differently the last hour.
Well, I just think it's one of those years, and I'm not telling you that they're the favorite, because they're not. I'm just telling you they have a chance, because it's one of those years where everything is working out well for Chicago. They're running the football effectively. All the things that you just said, they're getting all the turnovers. They get an onside kick on Saturday night. And it's not like these are fluke. They keep happening for this team, and part of it is coaching. Part of it is them willing to happen. Part of it is whatever. I believe in the Bears. I think they can make it. I'm not telling you they will. I just think they can.
I thought they were thoroughly outplayed by the Packers. The Packers.
Oh my God.
Packers are great.
Bad in the red zone, and what Chicago has accomplished this year so far has been great.
Yeah.
Ben Johnson's come in. He's a Coach of the Year candidate. He's got Caleb Williams playing improved football. Caleb has proven to be incredibly clutch late in games and has only gotten better. The problem with it keeps happening is eventually it doesn't. And so while they're having this really awesome run, I promise you, Matt LaFleur and every coach playing against the Bears is like, just don't give this defense the ball. They can't beat us. Just don't give this defense the ball. Now they keep taking it away, fumble in the red zone, all that. But at some point, you're going to play against a team in the playoffs that is going to obsess about not giving the ball away, and they're going to struggle defensively to really hunker down.
I just want to also point out, look at the question on the screen. Can the Bears make a Super Bowl run this season? It started out can they save Caleb Williams? Can they make the playoffs?
No doubt.
Can they win the division? Can they get to the Super Bowl?
They've done a great job.
The stakes keep rising.
I picked them to win the division before the season started and Caleb to have a great season. It's not that I don't believe in the Bears. I just watched them play, though.
Yeah.
And when I watch them play, I'm like, this is awesome. This is fun.
Yeah.
But this ain't a Super Bowl.
It's not there yet.
Yeah.
That's not there yet.
That's fair.
I think it's a Super Bowl caliber coaching staff.
Yeah.
All right, they could run the ball.
Yep.
So certainly you're gonna have a chance, but they don't bring the defense, and I don't think they're gonna get it done. right now. I think they're 2 years ahead of schedule. I really do.
That's awesome.
And to their credit,
But
man,
there is
they
no
got
schedule.
here.
The schedule's now.
Yeah, well, the schedule's now, then they got no chance because, look, Green Bay had they had five trips in the red zone, 0-5 in the red zone, and it took an onside kick for you to recover it to win the game. However, phenomenal job, and I'm taking nothing away from them. They're built to win in the future, not now.
I have not seen a team with a horseshoe up the rear end like the Bears since the Vikings like 5 years ago. But they still deserve all the credit that they're getting. Let's go through some. I'm really trying to paint a visual picture on a Monday morning. Time to go through some Sunday superlatives. Dan, get us started. Who had the best performance yesterday?
Bijan Robinson, not only yesterday, but we're talking about this season. Bijan Robinson is doing something that has only happened 12 times in the history of the NFL. He's averaging over 5 yards a carry, over 10 yards a catch, and yesterday he went over 2,000 yards total from scrimmage. I understand Atlanta hasn't had the team success. What this young man has accomplished this year is truly historic and special. He's an unbelievable player. Hats off, Bijan, you're remarkable.
Quietest 2,000-yard season ever. Coach, what was the worst performance you saw yesterday?
I think the New York Jets defense all season. They have zero interceptions. That's impossible. It's impossible to go 2 weeks without getting an interception. They've gone the entire season and have no interceptions. They made the rookie through. Hey, he had a terrible day. He threw for over 300 yards against them. This defense stinks, and I don't know what to tell you, but I'm not a fan of the
Kellen Moore's been doing a great job in New Orleans. Neek, what was the most surprising thing you saw?
Yeah, I think it was Trevor Lawrence and the Jaguars going into Denver to beat the Broncos. To me, I know that Dan disagrees, but this was the most impressive win of the weekend to me. We've seen Trevor Lawrence and the Jags play well this season, but I thought he was gonna get a little wake-up call when they went to Denver. He went there and he showed us that this is the real Super Bowl contender.
Let's go to Orlovsky at the touchscreen. Dano, take us through what you saw from Trevor Lawrence yesterday against the Broncos.
Yeah, confidence breeds aggression, and the way that Liam Cohen in red zone is dialing things up, is allowing Trevor Lawrence to know exactly where he wants to go with the football. So 3 touchdowns. This is going to pay attention to what we call a sugar snap. So you're going to see everybody for the Jaguars offense break the huddle. I want everyone at home to pay attention to the center. He's going to casually walk up to the football and be the last person to move and snap it. Now, why are we doing this? A couple things. One, our back is out here, and then we have 2 tight ends. The defense forced to communicate, okay? Now, when you see that center snap the ball, you're asking, well, Dan, why? I want you guys to pay attention. These defensive backs are now communicating. They're not even looking at the football. They're looking at the players because they're trying to communicate who has who. Now, Trevor Lawrence realizes that. Center gives him the snap. Now Trevor's going to go, okay, Brenton Strange is the guy. Brenton Strange is what we're calling a rail route up top. Now, rail route is this. You're going to run to the corner. This defensive back has to trail. I need you to give me your eyes right now, as Brenton Strange is. And Trevor Lawrence is going, okay, this is the read. If that defensive back is over the top, it's just like a receiver down the sideline. Here comes the back shoulder throw. Beautiful touchdown. I love the next one, the Trevor Lawrence run. Why does it matter? Because who's in the backfield? You're seeing everybody on the defense. I want you guys to pay attention to these defenders. They're going to be running around sideline to sideline talking to each other. Why? Because Brian Thomas Jr. is the receiver, but he's playing in the backfield right now. So we're forcing the defense to communicate. The defense is running around like a chicken with his head cut off. And then here goes Brian Thomas Jr. in the motion. What does the defense do? Those 2 guys go flying over there. Perfect. Now no one's left in the box for Trevor Lawrence as a runner. We pull the backside guard. There's a touchdown. And then the Travis Etienne touchdown. This is, again, clarity for the quarterback. We're in a stack set. Now what you're going to get is motion. Once the motion goes, this is a 1-person read for the quarterback. We're going to bring this receiver and run a shallow. And then we're going to bring the back and run, once again, a rail similar to the Brenton Strange one. The read for the quarterback is that defender. If that defender widens towards Travis Etienne, great. I'm going to work to the bottom of the screen, get through another progression. But if that defender, see where he starts? If he's